Asemole o daige na mi pa e je la no je na o daige. Asemole o daige no se na o daige. Asemole o daige. So ireko mode shadow ete gelu abi o meti ada o ireko meti ada o daige. Shadow ete na lo ete chono onu sanju o shadow ete no o se yon ko daige. We go away, I thought I shall go. Mother Sage, I know. Mother, I'm way. That's why now, Mother, can't check it. Sage, yeah, Mother, I shall go. I know, Shalo, it's all I can say that when you do well, they got through one another. Then you let me, yeah, in Asa, yeah, there, Lucia, it's a no, baby. Amu anyanu mama kuseyo kuwegwela amu anyanu be. Wela ingena wa like ingena wa like dawa bebe dawa yata dawa bebe dawa yele dawa ayo gini mo te yo dawa bebe yata choe wela ingwe anjo ayo. Dede mo ira we o saige. Ke ya pa we na ya we ya o po wa lu e di o be. Asemola o saige. Jira o shabe jira o saige na mi pa e we na ye we o che o yo. Ajara we o ba. Asemola o ba yo. Asemona o saige le manu le maye so we ba we la so ma la sense ese ati o yo. Asemona o mama o mo salu we la yo mama de mo mo salu o mo de mo de se mo salu o we la mo salu o mo de na de praye mo salu o. Ise mo le o ja e to chowe we la ti mo yo che o aya. Ibe la wigwe, ise la wi so le la wigwe we o. Ebe na obi. Aji mo ke. Ase mo le o saige. So me ya to chowe we lo te anjo be ko. Mother. Ke ya e malu ayo.
Okay, let's see. All right, folks. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Alfonso Z and so. My guests are here right now. Let's see if we can get this program on the way. As we told you, we're going to be having two distinguished gentlemen. I'm going to be bringing them in here very shortly. Let's see here and Mr. Nelson Gay as well. Right, both of them are here this evening. Gentlemen, are you guys hearing me?
It's too low.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me put on the volume here. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me? Hello? Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, hold on 1 minute. I'm hearing you, but it's too
Check
low.
your microphone. I'm not getting you. Mr. Bantu, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Eh? Are you guys? Yeah, I think much better.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to make sure whether okay, are you guys there? Everybody hearing me well? Nelson, check your microphone. David, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, but I don't know why my Bluetooth not picking up.
Mr. Gage, check your system from your end at no, your microphone still not open. Check your system. Let's see. I think something else is on. But David, Mr. Blanto, you getting me right?
Yeah, but it kind of, I tried to get in my Bluetooth, but I don't know why. But I'm hearing you kind of low from your end, though.
I'm getting you loud and clear. Are you? It's still low because my eardrum set is busting right now.
Oh, okay. All right, then just keep it that way. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I'm hearing you sound very audible. I'm quite sure the guests are hearing you. Only Nelson, I'm not still getting. I'm not sure what's going on with Nelson. Are you still there?
I'm hearing you, but I'm hearing you straight from my computer, not from the mic.
So then you gotta. Then I guess you have to check. You have to check your own system and see how it looks like.
No, I'm hearing you, but it's from the computer directly. This tongue is like it's just went off.
So let me see here.
I'm not getting you through my Bluetooth too.
You're not getting me?
I'm hearing David.
And I'm getting you loud and clear. Check your system there. Let's see, because from my end here, the audio here is quite perfect.
My audio is okay there.
Yeah, I'm getting you clear.
Okay, but I can do without the mic because the mic is freaking out.
Yeah, I think yeah. Mr. Bantu, are you hearing? Oh, I see you still facing your.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
All right. It's 11:40. 8 Eastern Standard Time here to Mint. Mr. Bantu and myself in the same time zone. Mr. Wright is on the other side in Des Moines, Iowa. I believe 10:48. So pretty well the time is still in his favor. Okay, well, distinguished gentlemen, community leaders, I want to welcome you. Welcome you this evening to this special broadcast. This is not a politics version. We're going to take it strictly on the community-based issue. I posted something and somebody said, but who are those guys? Where are the shadow? We're going to see them. I said, well, don't worry, they're going to surface. Okay, so folks, to all our follower listeners, I have two distinguished gentlemen. One, they are all community leaders, heavily involved into the activities of the community. And so Liberia Public Radio reached out to these gentlemen. I'm going to go to them for them to introduce themselves. I wish it was only with him and Purview. I wouldn't ask for introduction, but for the benefit of a follower, it's a tradition here. So let me go to neighboring state. I hope Mr. Wright will not say, well, this guy is trying to create some bias yet. I'm not sure you're going to do that. Let me go to PA. Is the former president of the Bazan District Association, also a community organizer, Mr. David Bantu. Mr. Bantu, good evening and welcome on LPR.
Thank you, Mr. So, and good evening. Good evening, bro, right? Yeah, as Mr. So put it, it's very simple. We are here to talk community issue. This is not politics. This is a serious business. So I think our listener going to walk away from here tonight with some good information. But anyway, by way of introduction, I'm David Bantu, as Mr. So put it. I'm based in Pennsylvania, and basically, well, what I do for a living, of course, we all work in this country. I work for the state in actually the county here in Pennsylvania and Chester County specifically. And I serve in this community as also a former leader of the Boston District Association and also currently a community organizer.
Okay, I'm getting some field background from your end. I'm not sure whether from you or from Mr. Wright, but whatever you do, want to make sure because it's all about our viewers and audience to get a sense of what we're going to be discussing here. So that is extremely important. If you have a young baby, try to get a bottle.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, and do it.
No, not my end. I don't have. I'm in my basement here. It's very quiet.
Okay, all right. I believe it's Mr. Wright, so he's going to go there. Okay, well, folks, that's good. I think he's going to take care of that. We want to welcome here. Let me see what this brother Christopher Wulati Tobasi Pastor is the new capital of the Southeastern. This guy here, he never gets tired. All right. Okay, Mr. Wright, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead quickly and introduce yourself. That's one thing I'm really not good at, so I don't usually find pleasure in doing that. I don't want to get myself into trouble, but I go ahead quickly, then we'll get a ball rolling.
Well, thank you. You already called my name, Nelson Gay Wright. It's nice to be on your show again it has been some time. I've not been on the show, so it's a pleasure being on the show tonight. My name is Nelson Gay Wright. I live in Des Moines, West Des Moines, in the state of Iowa. I'm a Liberian, first and foremost, but I hail from Grand Gila County. I am a talkative. I'm a social talkative, a critical social talkative. That's just how I call myself. And I'm here tonight upon the invitation of our brother, a very strong Liberian who has been in this business of disseminating crucial and important information. He has been doing it for over years. We call on me today to share my experience with this coronavirus, COVID-19 stuff. I was happy to come here to share that experience because it is by sharing of experience that that original fear that coronavirus is a death sentence, we're gonna demystify it and let people know from the psychological point of health that you know that you can survive this thing. It's terrible, it's horrible, but you can survive it. So I'm glad to be here tonight, Mr. So, and to all the listeners.
Okay, there you have it. I don't know why he left this guy off because by the time I posted that this evening, we're going to be talking to people, some of his former students, he molded the minds of young generation from Ghana. And so usually I call him professor because these are people that took off time to prepare the young generation. Why are you not calling that title? Anyway, let's get to the to the issue here. All right, folks, again, I'm Alfonso Ziensot, right here from the New England Bureau. This is what we like to do. We engage in diverse discussions in the community. Well, it all started from in the province of Wenyou, China, and the entire world for the first time. Health experts, WHO, declare it now as a pandemic. There's no indication as to when this virus is going to come to an end. No borderline. It has no regard whether you are a national leader, whether you're a community leader, whether you can even get it to make ends meet. No regard. It has no boundaries. Well, but it's important for us in this business to always find way out to keep the community aware. Two of these gentlemen, they were infected with the virus. And one person came out publicly to send a tweet to announce that he was infected. That was something amazing. It took a man of courage. And the other one said, well, let me just keep it to myself, but I'm going to go through it and potentially that will recover. So we know the states are opening. And it seems most of our people, they have forgotten where it's all about. They try to be like a white people now, going beach, having basement parties and all of that. But I can tell you from all indications, local reports, you see now 19 states surging with this virus. But the best we can do is to find people to talk to people who have gone through the experience of this deadly virus. And I'm happy that these guys, the fourth momentum, me say, give us some real crown pepper and we're able to get out here. So let's get a discussion going. We're going to be taking questions as well, and for them. But basically, I want you to listen for them to share their experience. And it would be different because it's natural. All of us, the manner in which cold or flu or whatever treat you, it might not treat me the same way. But let's get a ball rolling here. Let me go to Des Moines, Iowa. I'm going to keep it well proportional here. I started from Pennsylvania. Let me go to Des Moines, Iowa. Mr. Gay Wright, let's start at it. Tell me here, can you recall how this thing, how you got infected at the time?
Definitely. But before I do that, let me just give a little gist. This whole thing was just so funny. When we heard about this virus in China, one of the things that came to my mind was, will this virus get out of China and come to the rest of the world? And I was really worried about Africa because when the things come about, they really hurt Africa. You hear people like Bill Gates and other people talking about it will be devastating Africa. I'm still personally praying. Then all of a sudden, we heard I was in America. I started thinking, this is like that guy in America who ever reached to us in our here. Our state they said we were ready, they were doing everything. You know, then the cases started coming one to other counties, and they said, 3 in our county now. On the 24th of April, I went to work. Everything was okay for the beginning of the day. Then around 8, 9, I started feeling, something that's strange, like I was exhausted. Normally on days, especially if it was on a Friday, you get tired because you're not going to rest on the Saturday and Sunday. I started feeling that way. But then, I drink a lot of water. And water can taste so sweet in my mouth, Alfonso. But I started observing that the water was not even tasting my mouth as I was drinking. For that, I started drinking more. So I left. In fact, when that was happening, we already had masks. I started wearing the mask. When the next time working the relief me came, I avoided all. So it was kind of strange to her because when she comes with exchanging pleasantries and this, that, but I kind of avoided her and acted like her because I didn't want to be in contact with anybody with kind of strange feelings I was having. And I was trying to the importance of what I'm doing, the importance of what I did there, so that people understand. Because one of the things that spreads the disease is the dishonesty of a lot of people. When you feel that kind of strangeness about your health, keep yourself in check. Please, if your one would die, let one die. Don't have that kind of fear that it will not be my one. 100 point get sick, only one could die, other people get right. So why would you want to be careless? So I got home that night, Saturday night. I should have gone to work Saturday morning. But Alfonso, they said we should take our temperatures. When the temperature is 100.4 above,
okay. Let me stop you, Mr. Wright. We're going to have a really interactive here. So after you noticed that was something unusual, did you see that coming, or you just thought that maybe I ate a lot of food and overnight I came to work here, maybe that's something going on? Actually,
from a standpoint and from a understanding, because I'm a trained health service administrator.
Okay.
My body, my temperature, everything. But when that thing started happening, I was very suspicious that it could be this, because since I got in this country in July 3rd, 2011, and I took that immigration vaccine, I'm not getting any sickness, any kind of fever. So when I thing started, and people were talking about malaria, this, that, my suspicion was that this could be. So I'm fighting to come and start the kind of treatment I knew, we're already initiating with garlic and ginger stuff. So once that kind of feeling came upon me, I just told myself that keep yourself straight like this. You don't want to make mistake with this thing. I called my girlfriend at home and told her I'm coming. Let the children take all your things in the room. Keep the children in my room. Nothing should be there. Nothing else besides just permission. So what I said, because I'm feeling so away, I'm suspicious. If I have anything, say if I ate, then people keep saying so. Let the children stay in the room. I can't knock the door. They should stay in the room. I get in my room. All the bus sprays and all the antiseptics and all the kind of stuff that were in the house. So when I got home and I took my temperature, can you imagine? We're talking about 100.4 above in a trouble. My temperature was 101.4. The strange things, I was not feeling heated, but I was feeling like kind of like something rising in me. I kind of feeling how so I took my temperature and what I place. I get rang the bell. I say, "You have the nursing? You are not done it yet." I said, "I have it." So keep it to myself. And after that, 24th night, April 24th night, I just decided to stay in my room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop there here. That's quite interesting. We're going to go in depth because we're going to have this here discussion here so that the folks will understand because you guys are the best experiment. The real people are going to give us a sense of what it looks like. So, Mr. David Bantu, let me come to you. You are in Pennsylvania. I believe you are in the health field too, correct?
Yeah, my background. I work in the criminal justice system, but my background is public health.
Public health. So you thought you had a bulletproof jacket that in no way you're going to be infected. Was that your thinking?
Well, Mr. So, thank you very much. To answer your question, I will say yes directly, and then I will address it differently. But before I do that, let me set the stage here so that listening audience will know how we are running with this thing. As Brother Wright put it, this is something to help our community out. We are not only here tonight to talk about, what we went through, but we are also here to express some concerns that we have, with the experience that we went through here with this thing. So in addition to that, we also made recommendations with other things that we did, to get through this thing. But with that, I just want to make it clear here that both of us on this show here tonight, we are only here based on what we experience. We have no medical background. So anything that we discuss here, we are not recommending anything that you leave from here to do medically. So I want for people to understand that part. Now, Mr. So, to be honest with you, this virus, I mean, it is a serious virus, and as I stated, my background is public health, and in the field of public health, there's something called, say for example, if a community is declared, infected or affected with some virus, and as a public health professional, if you are going in there, you are going with a mindset of understanding that everyone living in that environment are sick. So when the pandemic, break out, my mindset based on my background was, look, you know what? If this thing can take on the whole world, then we are all potentially exposed or we are sick. And that's how I dealt with this thing. But if you ask me a question on how I contacted this thing, I told you that I work for the federal government, I work for the state, and if anything like this happen, those that are on the front line, like the federal worker, the state worker, you are the one that get hit because they're going to bring all the regulations in. So again, they test our temperature every day, every minute we get to work. But so to be honest with you, on April 1st, when I went to work, my temperature was normal, everything was cool. We check it, I worked that day, I left. The good thing about it, I was not due to work until after 3 days, but that was my last day for the week. So when I got home, I started feeling this funny, this unusual feeling in my throat. Like, I ate something and it just right in my throat. It's not going away. I would drink and I still feel it. So I'm like, wait, what is going on here? So I just thought about it a little bit. I rested, went in my room.
So
then later on when I woke up,
hold on 1 second. You were trying to ignore it. You didn't see it as whether it was the virus or you were just seeing sure what was happening to you.
No. It's not ignoring it per se. It could be because I ate right after eating. I felt that my food was still not going right.
Going down.
So not really. But again, after that little time, it was not normal. So I started thinking, otherwise. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me drink some warm tea, and I make myself a cup of tea.
Where were your family?
And then I went back in the room.
Where were your family at the time?
Well, the family, my wife was at work. My little man was, out of the house, and everybody out at that time. And my daughter went to work as well. So my son was taking care of the little man. So what I did was, when I started really feeling, I mean, I started having that feeling. Then I thought like, okay, knowing fully well that we are in this situation, let me start to do something here real quick. So what I did in the first place, I took my mask and I put my mask on and started wearing gloves and cleaning the house. And I wiped the whole house down before everybody, I mean, with bleach, before the family got home. Now, going like around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., I decided to take my temperature. I mean, there was no fever, nothing, but then when I took my temperature, it was 99.9.
Wow.
So I'm like, wait, what is going on here? My temperature I left work this morning, my temperature was 97.8. So what is going on? So I said, okay, I will wait for a minute and then I will take my temperature again. But the next time I took it, it was around 8 o'clock now. So it was up to 100.8.
You knew something.
That when
something right wasn't going on. It was nothing.
Yeah,
right
there, and then and then at that point I started feeling low. I had low fever. Fever is feeling now like I'm having fever. So I said, no, something is not right. Right there, I isolated myself. I told my family, I told my wife that look, I have to move in the basement. So I moved down the basement, seal everything to the front door, and whatever that I'm receiving now, you get leaving on the step.
They were just transporting goods and things downstairs now.
Oh yeah, the goods were just coming and then halfway, not through.
Okay.
And, so to be to you, let me say here, like, in everything that I went through with this thing, I just want to bless God too, because prayer help a lot.
Yeah, hold on.
No,
I come in.
I don't want to forget it, Papa. I want to put you first.
If you forget it, Papa, then everybody gonna ask you. You don't worry. We're gonna take your time. Don't worry. You
Okay.
get a remark. I want people to get a sense of what we're doing here. Let me leave from PA and go to Des Moines, Iowa, where Mr. Nelson Gay Wright is standing by. Mr. Gay, are you there, Mr. Wright?
I'm here, Apostle.
Okay. You did an unusual thing. Usually, I'm saying unusual because us Africans, especially the Liberian, it had for us to make a full disclosure when it comes to this thing, and for which I don't know what was the reason, but you tweeted, you announced, you make the proclamation yourself that you were infected with the virus. What was the rationale behind that?
Thank you, Apostle. It was a very difficult decision because as knowledgeable as I am, I'm also aware that I live among people who have their own beliefs and perceptions about things, but I trusted my judgment. First of all, when the things started coming around, they started naming, greater people who were something happening in the world. It becomes a whole global news. Celebrities, the prime minister operating this, that. And I told myself, I said, common age. You look at Africans, our birthdays, you will never see the age number there. During my birthday, you will never see the number there. Everybody still had the ages. I hate to say that some kind of spell. So I told myself, look, I have to announce this thing. I have to. So when I did the test, in fact, I was very, very sure. Before they even tell me the test result even came, I knew that I was already infected because the symptoms were all clear. I was very tired. I've lost my appetite. My tongue was covered. I can't take white stuff. I couldn't taste. I couldn't smell any food. The only thing I've not reached to the stage where I was experiencing chest pains and cough. I didn't reach to that stage, but the symptoms were already right. So I had to announce it. And guess what? I was very disappointed at some people who were really close to me. They were telling me that when they saw the announcement, they thought I was joking. I want to say this. Yeah, they thought I was joking. I just want to say this. From what school of thought anybody comes from what faith you come from, whatsoever, this part is real. It's a sickness. Whether it was manufactured by every scientist or it's a natural someone, it's a real thing. But let's take it that it was manufactured by scientists. Many people want to hold it in a conspiracy theory that it was manufactured by the people making biological weapons. But it's a sickness now. We are faced with it. We have to open.
I don't know, Mr. Banto went off and your audio too is not something. So probably maybe, are you hearing me, Mr. Gay? Mr. Wright? Okay, let me put you off so you can come back here. I'm quite sure the audio is already been corrupted. Well, folks, I'm Alfonso Z, and so these two gentlemen, Mr. Nelson Gay Wright is based in Des Moines, Iowa. Mr. David Bantu, there was a little poor connection there, and I hoping that they're going to come back for us to have this discussion here. There were two. Nelson Gay Wright, Des Moines, Iowa, announced when he was infected, and I think seeing what is happening now, I'm seeing a lot of crazy thing going on now without our people. You know, people that are so quick to forget. I don't understand. We are only touched when something close hit us. That's when we try to be proactive. And if you're a news freak like myself, you will understand. I have experts. They are always saying it. In fact, since this last demonstration, this virus surge again. 19, who knows? And we don't want it to go on. Okay, let me see yet. Mr. Banto back here with us. All right, Mr. Banto back with us here. Okay, hopefully.
Yeah, sorry, so my phone dropped.
Okay, that's okay. You know, things happen. The good that you are back here. Okay, while we're waiting for Mr. Wright, let's get back to your narrative here. So you begin to web down things. Just to also take precaution that the family, the household, other people can be like a situation. But do you remember how you had any idea as to how that virus you got in contact, how you were infected, anything? Do you think?
So honestly, I have no clue. No, I mean, as I stated before, every measure at my job was put in place. So they were testing us as we entering the building or wherever it is, and really, no. To answer your question, no.
Okay, let's see it, Mr. Wright here. So that's a scary part there, because if you just don't know, then that's something you start thinking, who the hell, where did I touch, or who really came in? That's a scary part there.
And the good thing about it, and this is something that I continue to tell people to do, even though when I left job, I got a call from the job that they even wanted me to come in and work extra day, but I refused to go. As Mr. Wright put it, this thing is all about honesty. You have to be honest, when it comes to this kind of stuff.
But did
when I got it,
you tell them that you were infected as well? Did you tell them?
No, at the time, I mean, I never. My tests were pending, so I told them until I can get a test result, I'm not coming back to that job. So that's how my test was scheduled, and then I went for my test, and the result came back, positive. So I told them. So the director was like, "Okay, Dave, you did a very good job, because, if you are going to step back here, there's going to be a lot of issue for us." So I said, that's what I thought, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to put people at risk. I mean, whatever it is, the same way I protected my family in the house, that's the same thing, because I let everybody to, go for their test and make sure that they are all okay, and everybody came out negative.
Yeah, because the thing about it, you didn't even know whether it was in you before going. Okay, let me come back to Mr. Wright here. Mr. Wright, what was the initial reaction when you told your family? What was the sort of support system? What did they say to you? Stay there, or you coming here to bring the consignment to us here too? What was the level of support system that you received?
Well, first, when I called my girlfriend from work and informed her, first she was already aware of, because where she worked, there was an outbreak of it, and they were already dressing up, taking care of the kind of people. So she had no fear. So once I told her, she was ready to receive me. And I mean, I have to mention that she was my second girl on earth. She had no fear of it. She said, well of it. She had no fear of it. In fact, when I was isolated, she would enter the room and do a lot of things. I'll be telling her, do this, but she didn't care. She said, I'm challenging this thing. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And as God will have it, she was safe. So, under the case, the American case, I found, and they asked me, so you got coronavirus. When they see me, I call them the phone. They ask me, so you got coronavirus. What will happen to you? I said, I'll be all right. By God's grace, I'll be all right. and they were playing, having a fun. I mean, when it was my labor, when a man come from work in the room, he'll be asking you a question about me, what's going on, so what will happen, this, that, you know. But when I come outside, if I have any time, I will come outside. Then I had to inform them. They still, but the family was very, very receptive. And the question before the thing went off, I just felt it was an obligation, Alfonso, to inform everybody. Everybody needed to know what was going on in our world. You know, thing that writing whale. You know, people get afraid that when red whale mean you know that you die. I have to say anybody all know that they will not die. So I just had to inform. I thought it was a good thing to set a record that people follow. There's not a secret about this thing. That's why I informed the world. And everybody who knew me, I had to let them know. Today, God, as God will have it, I'm a survivor. So they know now one person they can count on to share experience with. But like I said, my family was my girlfriend, Cecilia Yagbaulo. She was my second God, Alfonso. Cecilia was my second God. She was 100% God in the home.
I know the pepper soup and the hassle with Fiji. You know when you say by the time you can add a baby. I want you.
No, Alfonso, let me tell you the truth. The first week or so, you get taste, Alfonso. So the only thing I know how to eat was the first fufu, the soup. I just try the fufu quick. Because if you try to keep it in your mouth, the spit will just fall in your mouth, you know.
So
no taste.
It makes you like miserable then, that you don't just feel.
You lost appetite, Alfonso. You lost appetite. Ain't no thing I put called sick ballon in Grangida when they go there say called sick ballon. When I think catch your goat skin, I get be looking right.
Right.
That my tongue was looking.
Wow.
My girlfriend faced my favorite food I don't eat: dry rice with kettle, okra on it, with fried fish. And that day she brought the biggest fried fish. When I saw it, I was kind of happy, but when I tried to put the first thing in my mouth, man, get this, I'm putting sausage with my mouth. I couldn't eat.
So you forget about the viral, you start crying for the fish because you can't eat a fish.
So, Alfonso, I mean, as the fact is saying, I was saying, so, you want to tell me that my ticket, the thing you raise is mama, so they're not gonna be missing?
What was going, before I go to Mr. Banto, what was going through your mind? This is a thing, supposedly scientists, people, experts are saying this is from bats and all of those kind of things. The virus, how it can spread, and nobody had an idea that even in America, like you said, probably would talk like a quickly some sort of vaccine or been put into place, not to experience what we are still experiencing here. What was going through your mind? You posted that family people back home in Liberia. How many calls? I can remember when I did my test, when I posted that thing, I don't know who told the old man, they didn't interpret it well. When I love my brother called me and said, oh, the old man said that I'm saying that what's on you get. So I said, no, tell the old man that's not it. The people came, they asked voluntarily, but I think it was good for a minister that. And part of what I did before I come to you was we sit down here, we try to spread the news. So tell me, I mean, in my own conscience, if I can, even the minister test, how can I encourage people to say, go do your testing? So that was one of the reasons. But what was going through your mind? What sort of message you were getting from Liberia? I'm quite sure you got a phone call from inside Liberia when you posted that.
Yes. In fact, my maternal uncle, Edward Slanger, Edward Slanger called from Liberia. I was confused. When he heard I was sick, he was confused. Even when he called and I said hello, he couldn't believe that I answered the father. I was me talking. He said, Nelson. I said, yes. He said, are you answering? I said, yes. You come and knee again, come and country knee. Then he started telling me 2 days or drink lamb. He started, giving me your own idea and understanding about the whole thing too. And he felt relieved that I answered him because the understanding a lot of people got it was a death sentence. Another thing I was doing, Alfonso, I was taking notes, like recording diary, the last day, maybe the last day of my life. But then I just had a strong hope.
Are you serious?
I just had a strong hope. I had a strong hope that I would survive. And that hope was based on the attitude of my girlfriend, Cecilia Yagbaulo. Cecilia was so open with this thing. She acted, very, very free. Even when she had to go to work, she was checking on me, and she came back with that kind of positive attitude, joke around, even push me around like, you got to do this, you have to do this, you got to swallow the fufu, you got to do this, you can't leave me at this, that. So it just gave that belief that I was going to survive.
She was not like one of those who were just shopping something under the door. My man,
She was even making me scared, Alfonso. To be clear, she was making me scared because I was saying, "You, my hero, didn't get me. When we get sick, then what will happen?" She just told me, Nelson, it will not donate to me. She said, "Let me tell you, every day they kind of feel it come on me, but because of the things I'm doing, the warm water I'm drinking and the garlic stuff that I'm chewing myself, before in the afternoon it gone from me, so I know it will not catch me." So the fact that you're expressing positive belief about this thing, myself to have picked that thing. And then I was telling God, if I said, "Father God," because me, I talk to God one-on-one. Then when I go to any church, I do with God one-on-one. I said, "If you know I would die, make me to not even think, let me just go. But if you know I will survive to tell the story, then please encourage the girl to give me all the strength I need." And I just how it was happening. So Alfonso, interestingly, I didn't reach to that stage of coughing, sneezing, experiencing chest pain. No.
Wow. Okay.
But since you're not asking the question, I can explain what the therapist I was doing. So we can do that. I will explain.
We're going to talk even if I don't ask the end. That's the purpose of this here. I call you, I talk to you, whether we can talk it, and part of that is give the education. So perhaps maybe I might not ask all of the questions, but I hope you guys who went through the experience, how you felt, how it treated you from start to recovery to get you to be where you are, and the precautions that you are taking now, we need to tell our community, because this community here, and this is what our community organizations are supposed to be having, these sort of workshops, and not workshop, we can't meet, but Zoom maintenance is free, and they could even talk to all. So, Mr. Ty Banto, let me go to, hold on one second, Mr. Ty, right, let me go to David. David, are you there? David Banto?
Yeah, so are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you loud and clear. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's look at day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5. How was it looking like? Overall, how you were feeling? And then sleep? Do you sleep well?
Excuse me. Yeah, Mr. So, this viral, because of even in the medical community right now, people or the behavior of this viral, it kind of different, because some people will show symptoms, some people the reaction will be different. So the first day, as I stated, I felt that funny stuff in my throat, the unusual, feeling in my throat. And then with the temperature, then from the temperature, I started feeling low fever, like I'm having fever. But then the third day, things got real bad. But as Rai put it, look, so I tell you, man, if you don't have family support, it's going to be different. Because at a certain point, you will not be able to do anything. And the virus is so kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but the virus will make you relax. When you say, like, I'm going to bed to relax, you get on that bed, you'll be relaxed, but to get up, it's kind of difficult.
Wow.
And then you can't even, the appetite part of it, my own tongue in my mouth is like this object. You just put it in your mouth. I bite my own tongue, I can't feel it. No smell. I can't smell nothing. I lose my smell.
There's a numbness in you? You feel that numb or what?
Oh, yeah, I feel all of those things. The numbness, like a certain time, and that when I'm going to talk about that when I got in contact with my sister-in-law, eating my car, and I want to thank her too, in addition to my family, because she was very helpful. 12 a.m., 1 a.m., once I called our lady, she listened to me, she would be like, "David, do this, do that." And I was taking David aspirin and all the things, because that thing come with a blood clot and all that stuff. So it was different things happening to me. One time, midnight, you just start sweating, and after you sweat, in a minute, you start feeling cold. So it was just crazy. But at the end of the day, if you are in a situation like that, Mr. So, you have to compose yourself, take your time, and then just make sure you follow what you are hearing. Because the good thing about it, even though my doctor office was not seeing me, but they were always in contact with me. That is, we video chat. They talk to me via Zoom, and they would tell me, do XYZ, if you haven't shortness of breath and you can't breathe, you have to call the ambulance or go, and all of these things. But they were guiding me. And then, I was taking my Tylenol at night. Once I take the Tylenol, everything will quiet down. But as far as day by day. So every day is something different. But then when the fever got away, and then other things started happening. So I got rid of the fever in 3 days.
3 days. Okay. So okay.
And I started feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then I started feeling other things like, okay, if you look at my medical history right now, I haven't even experienced high blood pressure in my life. But so my blood pressure and everything were up. So it was just you don't know what to expect. Everything just, but the good part about it, I don't have no underlying health issue,
medical
like heart trouble or whatsoever it is. And the good thing, the other part of it, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So all of those things help me because my lungs are okay according to the doctor. So all those that are listening tonight, we have to make sure this body, we keep it in shape, man, because you don't know what what will be coming tomorrow to hit you. And if you have any kind of condition with this virus, Mr. So, it's not surprising to me the way they think killing people. Because if you have any issue with health, it's going to be tough.
So
for you to just survive.
Yeah, let me go then. And that's what let me go to Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, there are some other conditions, David, you heard him here. Well, you felt that same way too, cold, certain time you get cold, certain time you feel warm and all of that. The temperature of the body was just off and on changing. Was that the kind of experience you had too?
Similar experience with some other stuff too. But for me, one of the things I was doing, like I told you, the therapy I was doing, I had a mixture of ginger, garlic, lime, boil, and then at least 3 times a day I was doing the steam therapy. That is when the stuff is boiled, really boiling. Then my girlfriend will bring the pot in the room. Then I'll call myself take blankets and remove that top. And and steam myself about 20 minutes.
Wow.
And then my body will let out heat. And I'm saying to them, even though David said, and I agree, we are only sharing our experiences, what we went through and what we did.
Right.
And we are all human beings. As well as those from the same kind of background. That kind of take camera. You can also try to, if I can do and go through it, you can do and go through it. One of my beliefs about the thing is that it can't stand heat in the body. It can't stand heat in the body. You're heating yourself, and then you're drinking warm ginger water. A guy explained the importance of ginger and garlic and all these things. But for me, I already I'm on medication for high blood pressure, and the medication is a blood thinner. Okay. I'm taking amlodipine. It's a blood thinner. Yeah. So it was like the condition is there, but there was something already. And the blood thinner works against clotting, and because the thing is there making my blood thin to flow. And then the ginger and the garlic, but also the natural herbs helping in that direction, plus the steam. And then salt water. Because that issue David talked about his throat, one evening, I guess I feel like I kind of sharpen in my throat. But the salt water my girlfriend brought in the room, really take salt water, and I put it in my mouth and go in my throat 2-3 times. I never felt that thing again. And I said, well, but like salt can work against the thing. So I never felt that in my throat again.
Did you ask for it, or she the one just brought it? Did you ask for it?
I asked for it, but she already knew about it. Yeah, she already knew, because she was doing all these things. No, let me get frank tonight. When the news came, the girl was doing this thing. I was laughing at her. She was boiling garlic and lamb, drinking the water, all the things, even before anything. So like her body was already immune to this thing before. That is why she was getting in the room with me, doing everything in common, staying in the room, talking with me, and nothing happened. Because her body was already immune, and as she was hitting me, she was also hitting herself. And when she going to where she got the lamb, chewing the lamb, she gets strong, chewing the lamb, all these things. So she was already treating herself. And I just want to add, before you ask another question.
Right.
One of the good things that happened from that post a date, announcing to my friends in the world that I've been infected, it really helped. A lot of people call and said things to me. Some of the things were just, lay method that I didn't follow, but I appreciate it because they wanted to help. But there were some that were from a professional standpoint. And one of the persons that I would thank here tonight is one of my best friends in the Grand United community. Joel, Jonetta, well, your niece. She told me something that I had to change. She said, Nelson, I know that will make you tired, you won't sleep, but don't sleep what I want you to do. Fight yourself, don't sleep. Yeah. Sit up, do everything, walk around in the room. She talked to me like a mother talking to a beloved child. And I realized, she said, and then they talk, you know, when you're a professional person, when another professional person talking, you know, she said, I think it can go to attack the lungs. So do breathing exercises. Don't make it rough, but do breathing exercises. But once your lungs are active, you can survive that. Yeah, well, she also told me about cinnamon. You know, so with that kind of expert advice, then General Wright called me. My cousin General Wright called me, said I experienced my big brother Richard Tan. I know my big brother Richard Tan, his wife Lady Tan, had already been infected and they were just getting out of it. So they shared their own experience too. They told me some of the things I was already doing. They sent me Jologbo. Yes, they sent me Jologbo. So, you know, just for the immune system.
You still got
so a lot of people have it.
You still have some. You still have some of the Jologbo?
Yeah, I still have some. The stuff is bitter, but we take it some of medicine. You gotta take it.
You talk about
I have a quarter bottle remaining that I'm keeping for another time.
It reminds me. Yes. It reminds me about in Ghana during the how you call it resettlement when people going for blood. Oh my goodness, you're going for blood test. You drink Jologbo, it will clean. It will clean your blood.
Yeah, that's what happening. So I want to use the time tonight to all my friends, brothers and sisters who call and share prayers with me and were very, very optimistic. Most of the people just pray. They'll say you'll survive. I just start getting one of my posts. In fact, I post about my infection. It went to 2,000 plus comments. 2,000 plus comments. Everybody positive. In fact, one of my friends in Liberia, Larry Wu, he took tears from my eye. Because Larry Wu wrote a post telling me the reason God will not let me go. Larry said the things you have done and the things that you're able to do among our people, God will not let you go. You know. And when I read it, I just shed tears. So look at the tributes I'm going to get. But I thank God that I'm still around to tell the story. And I want to say that I appreciate every brother and sister. There was only one person, however, and this guy, I prayed. I thank God that I had to control my anger, but the guy really got me angry. The angry guy went on to say, "Oh, sorry that you got to say. You got a sickness, but you got to tell your mom from. You got to stop backing the Liberian government."
Are you serious? When you were in, I said to him,
"What Jesse Tower, a friend from the camp, he must have entered University of Ghana School Administration together, graduated together like a brother. The guy had the guts to tell me that I'm sick because I'm backing the Liberian government always." So something I've never done, I did it. He was the first person in my mature Facebooking life that I blocked. I get this, I didn't want to have any interaction with him. I just blocked him.
Hold on 1 second. Are you saying during your stake period that when he placed that call, that when he told you?
He put a comment on our post that announced my infection. He placed a comment.
On your post?
On the post, the guy placed a comment. So I just blocked him. I didn't want to have anything to do with him. I said, this guy is evil. This is nothing that will take for comment. I don't want to have anything with him. Let him just go away. Say he will live forever.
Wow. So, okay, this is, I'm going to be putting your number out here because I might not have the ability to ask all of the questions. And we just want people to, don't ask the people about medical question. What are you going to do? I mean, personal experience. No question is silly. If they can answer it, they will answer it. And part of it is to create a community awareness because people just think, cool. I listen to one of our officials say that I just fresh cool, man, and not anything. It's just cool. So let me ask Mr. Banto. One thing Mr. Wright did, you didn't do it. And I just, let's curious here and also to bring my audience up to speed. You decided not to make it public. What was the reason?
Wait, let me get the question again. Why I didn't want to make it public or why I keep public?
What I'm saying, after you got infected, you decided to just keep it private, which of course it was your right. But I listened to what Mr. Wright was saying after he posted that. other solutions, suggestions, motivation to don't do this. So there's a good and bad side, depending. The other bad side for him was somebody that even though I don't know the person, but somebody he considered as a brother and friend to say, hey, we will support you, but only to come and write on his post those sort of ridiculous thing. I don't know I don't know what was the essence of that here, but I'm just only asking why you decided to just not to do a post, not to tell anybody, or what is it? Was there any specific reason?
No, not really, not telling anybody. People are aware of my situation.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't put it on Facebook, but so I can tell you everything else that I did. I know, as Mr. Wright put it, I have some negative, responses and things. Because one of my aunt called me and I was not sounding right, but I didn't mention anything to her. So she said, "But Dave, how you sounding like that?" So I said, "Well, Aunt, I haven't been feeling well." "Oh, you got corona too?" So I said, "Well, look, whatever going on with me, I'm sick, and yeah, I was tested positive. But guess the sad news about it. Midway in my recovery, she got knocked down outside of Pennsylvania, and she will have to call me, my man. What that thing the last time? What you did? Because somebody near me is sick. But then already somebody called me that she was sick. See, now, I mean, I didn't go public, but so I can tell you, even the state, Mr. Wright in there now, you will not believe how many people are helping in our state. When I say help, it's not just telling the person, go do your test and go do this and do that. I mean, sending stuff that people need to take, like Temple of Heaven, the vitamin C, the vitamin C emergency and all the things. It is another thing that we took right after the corona, like after you getting out of it, your appetite still not good, but then it's something that you take. I think I have the other bottle. This thing is SSS tonic.
Yeah,
this thing is good.
I believe my sisters.
Yeah, this thing is a vitamin B. I'm telling you so. You just take 4 or 5 spoons of this thing, man, your appetite will just come. You will even be afraid. So I was doing all these things, talking to people, shipping stuff outside of here, those that don't have those things. So I mean, it's not like for me putting it on Facebook, my approach was different. Even though right went that way, but family, friends, people in Philadelphia, I was calling people, letting them know, Dave, how come you say you? I said, look, man. I mean, I was dealing with the thing. I couldn't even get on the phone. But again, coming to all that Wright did, in terms of therapy and all that stuff. No, so I went through all the things. And again, I want to thank my wife because all the running around, she was doing everything. Get the Temple of Heaven, put it in the hot water, put Vicks in it. And I cover myself. I did all of those things in the morning, in the evening. Then on top of that, I was also doing something. She would give me this little cup that I will take. It's almost like the tea cup, but that one I take in the room. I bring it in the basement with me, and when I'm ready, the hot water, instead of covering myself, I would just inhale it from one nose and then from the other one with a little opening, and all those things were helping me to open up. But I did all of those therapy, and then on top of it, in contact with my doctor office, and then doing the medication as well. Because I took some medication. After everything, this thing left me with cough. I was coughing a lot, and then they prescribed a cough medication that really took care of everything. I took it for 3 days, and it was out of there. So again, I mean, this is the situation. But so one thing I want to say here tonight, I know you're going to bring a lot of questions. Look, what our people need to know, not because this thing was difficult for me to even come out here tonight to say it, but I work with young children in this community. I work with people. Why is there something like this? And I know I can provide education and give some recommendation with how we can fight together as a community. Because something like this, we need to go into resources that we need to go to. As I speak, there are nurses here, our local, community nurses. Some are from our country, some are from, other countries. I've talked to these people, and so you not believe what they share with me. Like literally, they have to make people to leave their houses to go to do their test because people now want to be stereotyped. They don't want to be labeled. Oh, I got corona. And that thing kill people here in Pennsylvania. Ask anybody because they don't want to talk about it. Or maybe when they are sick, they take one Tylenol and, that's it. No. First of all, this thing, what the nurses are doing, if you know you need a hospital, I know it's tough to go to the hospital, but when you're out of breath, you can't breathe and you need help, you need to get to the hospital. And it is your right. I mean, you are saying you can't fight your right to my, but again, you don't want to stay in the hospital. You also can get out of there. I know people that walk out of the hospital and they left. So I'm saying here tonight, what we are doing here is all about making sure that this community, we change our mindset. Why we should be in this country, and when somebody die here, I mean, this is not part of the thing, it's another different ballgame. But then we'll have to collect money. You have insurance here. We pay how much I pay for my cell phone per month? I pay almost $100 and some $. But you can't pay $15 to get 10,000 and coverage on yourself. So with this situation the last time, if you are not ready back up, you leave your family hanging. So this is why we are out here tonight to bring some of these things to our people attention. I know we'll talk about this thing. We thank God that we survive it. But then what do we do as a community moving forward?
Exactly.
And this is why I started as a community organizer, that my own spirit within me, I was fighting inside myself without saying anything about this thing, what I went through, and my concern, and what are the recommendations I want to put on the board here in the community for our people to do something like you said, the community organization. Why I say we can't tap into resources. There are old ladies that came in the country by themselves, no family here, no people in their own houses. When something like that happens, how do you reach them?
Okay, so
again, I don't want to get off track, but
don't go.
Almost every therapy that I did, I went through all of those things, and hopefully, we are okay, and we are still here. Bless God for that.
Okay, we'll come to the therapy. But folks, for those of you that are listening, I know this one year, nobody questioning George. We are nobody to doing it. But and unfortunately, the kind of society we have is so saddening, because these are sort of awareness that we need to, because if you don't even strong say, hey, you think how your mouth will open to cause anybody, even though it's ridiculous. People who does that, I don't know what they're going through their mind, that they are not focusing on this thing here. But Mr. Wright, let me ask you, all you were going through, did you feel that it was not necessary to go to the hospital, or you felt that you would be more careful at home than going to the hospital? Was there sort of an indecisiveness in between that period when you were going through your ordeal?
No, I was decisive. The medical authorities made it clear they don't have medication. So it's not so now you get sick, go to the hospital, they don't have medication. Right. First thing you have to bear in mind. Second thing, the psychology. The nurses and other people working in the hospital, in as much as they were working, they said they were afraid because the thing looked like a death sentence. Wow. So everybody was afraid, and there were reports coming out. But the thing is that you only have to go to the hospital if you had to. That is, if you reach a critical stage where you need a ventilator to help you breathe. But once you had that family support and you can do the one or two things that people are talking about, you didn't have to go to the hospital. I don't want to say anything to sound like I was suspicious of the hospital. No. In fact, I believe in the nurses. I believe in the workers at the hospitals, in the different hospitals. Even at New York, where people are dying, the hospital is doing well. But there's a human thing. The hospital don't have the medicine. And they are not encouraging people to go to the hospital. In my state, they were asking us, if you got a fever, stay at home, quarantine yourself, take Tylenol to cool the headache, take vitamin C. For me, as a person who has a health background, I'm not medical background, but I have a health background. I always do what I call prophylaxis. That is, you take preventive treatment. So every time I was taking my this Dayquil thing since I've been in the country, I'm not taking flu shots. I take these things, from time to time, so that I don't get fresh cold. And then I'm taking amlodipine as a blood thinner. You see, And then you talk about somebody told me about SS tonic. I couldn't get it, but my girlfriend brought this pill called Bon Appetit. I've been seeing it pill before. I've been all looking about
Bon Appetit from Africa?
Yeah, Bon Appetit. I took 2 of that pill in the evening. The next day I took 2 in the morning. And that thing it helped to start breaking up that white clot on my tongue. But the only thing I stopped taking it because it was breaking more sleep. And I was trying to avoid sleep. But the 2 times I took it, it helped.
How long that white claw or whatever? How long it lasted with ain't you? When you start noticing it from day 1 or day 2 or day 3?
I said from the very evening I started feeling that thing before daybreak. I started realizing I have no taste. And then, I brushed my teeth that morning. I seen that whiteness. I scraped it, blood came, but that whiteness was still there. So I was thinking, I knew something was going wrong. But the next day, it was thicker than the day before. The following day, I was looking at mountain. I mean, you can't do nothing. I can't scrape that from you. You get the blood from your tongue. It's like you're out in the cold and your hand get frozen. So you rush on and put your hand on hot water. I will burn you. You not feel it, but then you see your skin start peeling up. You know that the hot water is burning the eye looking. So I start traveling it. And I have that kind of nasty sense of thought about swallowing spit for that take tongue. So I get wasting spit every minute. I get wasting spit. I had to go in the bathroom because I didn't want to keep any spit near me. So it was good because it helped me to be getting up, moving around.
It was so. This is kind of tormenting though. With this kind
it's tormenting. The thing it disorientates your whole life, Alfonso. It creates that psychological fear in you. What may happen? Am I going to die or live? And these things you are taking, you got to be very careful because our herbs, we don't do any kind of real measurement. We just take them in. So you got to be careful. You taking the garlic and other stuff before you take more, then you go affect the kidney again or the liver again. I mean the liver, not the kidney, but the liver. So, all these things are combined on you. And then people calling, can you imagine, I ignore a lot of, I don't know how to say ignore, but I couldn't take a lot of calls. But the one I took, there were a lot too. So I can imagine everybody who have it was calling from Liberia, from all over the United States. People are calling, people are texting, but I was just too tired, Alfonso. I was just too tired. The phone would be near me, ringing, and I told my girlfriend get dressed with me because she go to work. She got to call answer. So what she did, she brought her horse phone, on with me on the bed, the phone there. So when she called it 2 for answer, then she was run from work to see what's going on. I said, I'm all right, but I'm just tired before she go by the bed. Then the doctor blasting her patient. Dr. Yakulo blasting her patient, right? All these things. So, man, it's just so good that God allows people to go through some things to tell the stories. And God puts upon a position and say, look, everybody will not be affected because I am your protector. But this will they'll get infected so that I can use them to tell you that don't be afraid. It is dangerous. So it is horrible. It is a killer, but you can survive.
It looked like you were having regular prayer. The way I was saying, when that whole thing was going on, you began to regularize your prayer, right?
I'll not say prayer, but in conversation with God, I was challenging. I said a lot of things to him. My children are in Liberia. They want to hear the small. Yeah, please don't make them to be fatherless and be growing up thinking that kind of way. Wow. A lot of things I said to him. That's the way I deal with God. That's the way I deal with Jehovah God. Right. Directly.
You reminds me when we're in Africa doing resettlement. Father God, when you take me here, I will praise you. I will worship you. The minute guy here reached JFK, everything left right there before they even got to the place there. So
they see Charles Sansa, they can drive quick and fast.
When people are in desperation, believe me or not, it can be crazy. But now and then is something. So
but for me, I talk to God every day of my life. He's just a friend to me in my room. Before I sleep, I get in conversation with him like he's near me. And he has been assured me. And it was my conversation with God. I found that today, I don't smoke, I don't drink. So when you invite me to your house, be careful with your food because I can eat. And I think it was helpful because my body was so big. Exactly. The COVID was making me to not eat. But it didn't drain me because there was enough food in my system before it would even go halfway. They're already dead in me.
Wow. So this virus here, I don't know, because based on what I'm hearing, even two of my own sisters, other one who happens to be a nurse, they were explaining it, how they went through just almost like what you guys saying. How long it lasted with you? Let me go to David here. David, how long it lasted? When you start feeling yourself, or maybe you start feeling to recover it, to start recovering from how long it took?
So to be honest with you, look, this viral, you would, well, the 14 days that the federal government recommend, or CDC, you will go above the 14 days and still not feeling yourself. I'm telling you. Every day is just something funny. You feel funny. And you know, and the worst thing with this thing is, I mean, after the 14 days, so I was still the same. Like I was not sick. I was eating, but I'm just not myself. Even I tried to go to work in the 21st day of my stay home. I got to work that day for no other reason, just to leave from one section of the building to the other office area. My legs started shaking on me. I got to go by the wall, and, you know, balance for a minute before I'm like, okay, do I really have to be here now or still be home? I mean, I had an opportunity to do that because the option to do that because they wanted me to stay home even 3 weeks. But I said, look, you know what? Sitting down, as Right put it, you don't want to sit down with this thing. So I started pushing myself to do what I have to do. But in terms of how long, look, I say you can even, it depends, you know, on the individual. But again, I was still feeling funny in my 25th, 26th days.
Wow. Mr. Wright, you want to share that with us too?
Yeah, for me, like I said, on the 24th, I started that funny feeling. On the 25th, I started doing the herbal thing, taking all the things people talk about. And I scheduled my test on the 1st of May. I took the test. But before that test, I knew I already down with the thing. So I was not surprised when the result came and they said that I was positive. But then I've been doing this thing. So by the 7th,
your audio.
By the 7th of May, I had a kind of little strength. So I just called my children so that I could get out, get back in.
Mr. Wright, check your audio for us.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we're getting you now.
Yeah, on the 7th of May, I started feeling somehow. I realized I was experiencing some strength. So I told the kids to go in their room. I was coming out. The devil coming out. I told the children to go in their room. Then I wore gloves, I wore masks, and I would spray all the hallway I'm walking through. And I got in my car and I took a drive all around. I told myself, well, I don't know how it would be, but I'm sure I'll survive. However, I'm taking the drive. Either a reintroduction to life or go back to life. And I drove all around my place here. All the cities around, passing all the cities, my surrounding cities, and I came back, called them again, and I sneaked into the room. For the next 3 days, 7, 8, 9, I was doing that. Then on the 10th, I went for a drive, and there was a heavy rain, and then I felt cold. My girlfriend came and she realized that she was so mad, she had to do that steam bath again. And once I did that steam bath, everything went normal. So I didn't step out again until on the 13th, but I was better in the room. And by the 13th, the 14th, I went to see my doctor on the 18th. I was feeling really fine. My appetite was back to perfect. In fact, I've influenced the appetite. Like there is the SS tonic, I think I went more than before because everything I missed, I want to redeem it within 5-6 days. You know, so I just believe the thing lasted for either less or 14 days because by the 9th, in fact, that 14 days, because by the 9th I was better, but it took up to the 18th before my doctor did a final test and declared me safe to go out, and I started work on the 19th of May.
Wow, almost.
And every day I continue to get strong and stronger and stronger. And I continue to hold my conversation with Jehovah God. And I continue to share my experience with friends who call me, who meet with me. I continue to encourage people. So, there's a dinger virus. It's still around, but don't be fearful of it. The first thing about health is when you have fear about anything, that thing will dominate you. But know that you can survive it. Be respectful of yourself. Be honest with your friends, your relatives, and all other people. If you're not feeling well, don't get among people. And even if you're feeling well, but when you're going to like Walmart or anything, please make sure you wear the mask. Wash your hands when you get out of there, or use a hand sanitizer. When you get home, wash your hands. The sanitizer good, but the soap is better. Wash your hands. Delay. Let it go for more than 1 minute. Soap from all your body. When you go take bath, me, I can use my bar soap and Dove. I put water myself. I rub the soap on me. Then I put the soap on the sapo. And when I'm taking bath, I want to look at one white stuff with all the soap on me. Because that, that's one way to get rid of it. I always do that, and then I got reason for doing it. So I share these things with people. In Liberia, there are people who are politicizing this thing. They want to be doubtful about it. They show a picture of this, a Tanzania president who said that God will heal the nation. Of course. God is not coming in this war to work for men again. He has already given us the knowledge. He said, giving the power to dominate your world around you. So people say, no, you can still do it for us. Some people think the great God will come from the sky, wipe away everything and make everybody feel happy. But if you know what life is worth, you will follow the instructions that God gave us to live by. That is it.
Wow. This is quite amazing, and I'm really, really humble for you guys to do it. I think we have to be bold. This is how this country looks like. And if people, because and the good you guys are playing your part to share your experience, all in that, we who have not gone through that, I don't intend to go through it. I don't want to go through it, but nothing.
You will not go through it, my brother.
Yeah, nothing is guaranteed. But I think you guys, with your courage and conviction, to share this here, because I don't understand. I've seen a lot of crazy things still going on within our community. People not observing the social distancing. People pass and they're still having underground or basement gathering with the hope that this thing now something. And was people having people if other family person, I don't get it. I don't know what sort of education or what sort of awareness we should do. Now you guys has gone through this here and see what is happening in the community. We're hearing say it's surging again, 19 states, and not even hearing it is happening now. Who knows, after 2-3 days we're going to become of that 19, what are going to accelerate a different number here. And still there are people still there who still what could be some of the tips? You going through it, let's say go into job, what people should be observed, they should common sense, because you don't have CDC not gonna. I'm not talking about the Congress for Democratic Change in Liberia. I'm talking about the disease for Center for Disease
Control.
Yeah, because someone says CDC now, then we are talking about Center for Disease Control. What sort of common sense? We work in different facilities, people going in, people coming in. You don't know. We all working multiple jobs. That's so pretty well. All of us are vulnerable to this thing here. Yeah, David, I believe you want to come in.
Yeah, Mr. So, thank you for that question. And again, as I stated, we are out here tonight. I know maybe from here, because the last time I can share a little story with you, a family member that I called and talked to, that this is my situation. But then when I recover, that afternoon I left, I went to the African store and I met this lady right in front the ATM machine. I took her money to work in the African store. We joked, we gave our face and did our kick and thing. But then when we got to the African store, I met her there again. We're about to buy, in the place there, but then we have to be in line, 6 feet apart. While in line, one of my buddies came in and with my mask on, with everything in front, I have gloves on. So, the guy came to me with, hand like this with face. So you not believe it. The lady on this end, she just, don't go to that man. I'm like, okay.
Oh man, you?
So what's going on? My buddy come in. Okay, my man. That Corona time, let's just do our feet, and we did that. But again, the point I'm driving out here is, look, so the society, the world that we live in now is an open world. So our mindset should be different with the way we approach things. Especially this Corona thing. If I'm getting the story right, you guys are in this information thing, journalism thing, but what the news that we are getting, the outgoing president for Burundi. I think he died from corona today with, I think, his mother also. Check, you got to check it. I have to confirm it. But the point I'm making, this virus is not even picking who is what. So it's no need for people to be here to be afraid. To say, well, if I mention this thing to somebody and this is why we are out here tonight, if you can put our number out there, whatever experience we can share with them, anything that we're going to leave out here tonight, we can present anything that we did, our family supported all our friends, and everything else that we did. And then we can help. And I've been helping like that. Encouraging people, look, you know what, just go do your test. As we speak right now, I'm scheduled to do my antibody test. And then if that goes on, I'm gonna donate my blood, my plasma. And they're gonna use that to benefit other people because I survived the virus. So you see how this whole thing going. So what we are saying here, coming to the tip, whether Liberia, whether America, this virus is serious. It is a serious business here. It's no. You might think, well, it's not on me right now, or it's not coming because I hear it from a lot of people in Liberia. Oh, they're not here. The project do that to eat money. Well, I'm not there to make sure whether it's there. But once it's touching country close to Liberia, people are traveling. Even though they stop the traveling now, but still. So my tip here tonight is let us observe whatever, geographical location you find yourself in, any protocol that is put in place, that is health or community put in place, follow it. Social distancing, wear your gloves. You're going to work, make sure you do the right thing. Even I recommend that people keep, you check your temperature from your house. And that's another thing. And many of the people that are called, they don't even have nothing to check temperature in the house. So what was going to happen out there when I get home, I don't have nothing here to check myself. Then I'm laying down here with 100+ degree temperature and burning with fever. So people need to get all these things. I mean, these little things. Keep them in the house. Outside of that, this whole business party thing is not going to be over. We're going to party even after the corona. That's the best time we party. But for now, if you are going to do anything, just do something like drive-by. Or instead of sitting, if you are sitting 6 feet from somebody, make sure you protect yourself. But this thing is real. And some people, the scary thing about it now, some people don't even show symptoms. That's the difficult thing. So you sitting with somebody here, they're not showing symptoms, but they're carrying the virus. It's easier for you to get it.
That's the most dangerous one there.
For the initial stage of the show here, you ask how we came in contact with this thing. For right, at least you were able to keep eyes on it. But for me, I don't think I get it from my job. I might get it from one of the public places, like the market or somewhere, gas station. I put on my gloves still, but I touch something somewhere. Or walking to somebody's sleeves and wherever. But I don't know. So again, we have to protect ourselves because what you're doing there, you are protecting other people, you are protecting your family. Secondly, we also have to make sure that if you have a situation and if you have doctor, always call your doctor office to talk to them. Even they will not see you, but they can see you via on Zoom and advise you, after your test or whatever. So you have to observe all of these things. Other than that, the virus is still around.
Okay, and the reason is good you mentioned that too. Let me go to Mr. Wright here because our people, they have adapted this sort of system. Nobody wants to confide into anybody. When I tell people, they will carry my name around and they become healthcare provider by then not even trying to seek consultation to talk to people who will give them direction. And I've been hearing a lot of stories. We talk to people also call us. And I think this is more dangerous because if you can't say something to people and you just decide to withhold it, I'm not sure whether you're going to get the real help you need to get. And I understand the concern how people also too do not respect people's privacy, but it is what it is. I think people have to confide into people. You got to talk to somebody, somewhere, somehow. Out of the 1,000 friends that you will have a good one who will, advise you. There will be some other friend. Oh, you go to that hospital there. You go to the hospital, even though they're dying. that they need something. Maybe they would need that oxygen to help them with their breathing. So you go there, they're going to kill you. Now, what should we be doing now with this sort of situation here? It is unclear, and it is completely evident, Mr. Wright, that this thing is not going away. It's going to change our way of doing things forever, and some people will still not get it. What should we be looking out for now? What should we be concerned with your experience going through the virus, your background, and the kind of community that we live in today? What should be your worry right now?
Well, I'm not really worried, but what I can share with the listeners and those who have come across this thing is that of all the diseases that were in this world that the UN, I mean the WHO and the whole world came together to fight, all the diseases that they fought and brought under control, they are still around. But once people, have gotten that awareness of the diseases, what to do when they are around, what to do to prevent yourself. Those are the things people need to stick themselves to. This coronavirus, I mean, there's no, unless the WHO come out tomorrow and say it has been eradicated, and these people conduct a lot of tests, they got scientific reasons which can be reliable to say, unless they say so, know that anything can happen anytime. So my appeal to brothers and sisters, my compatriots and other Americans who might be listening, this stuff is real. It has killed a lot of people. I've watched nurses go live from hospitals. I've listened to some nurses cry over the fact that some people are now, they are taking things for granted. It is real. People have died from it. It is still around. It may not be the way it was from the beginning, because a lot of people have survived for it too, and the news media have calmed down the sensationalism about this thing, But we have to take the precaution. Whenever you're going among people, take your face mask with you. One of my brothers in Des Moines here, he said he's not wearing the mask because he's asthmatic. I said, good. The mask too close to your nose, so it might disturb your asthmatic condition. But get something that will block, other people. When we human beings were talking, the voice come out because of vibration. We throw out space that we don't see, macro the space come in form that we can't see. The air can move it for some distance. I put it 6 feet apart. In fact, right now the people are saying 6 feet may not even be enough. So to be safe for 6 feet or 12 feet, wear something that was somebody, accidentally blow out something, it will not get to your mouth or your nose. Yeah, even your eyes. But the eyes can also take into. I'm surprised that people are not stressed the issue of eye being covered, because the eye is one of the sources of viruses and bacteria entering our body. So you got to take precaution with covering the eyes, washing your hands when you come from out, making sure your children do the same things. Children can be carriers, but because they are so young, their immune systems are strong, you will never know. So even children going out, my little boy go out, you come back, we're forcing to take all your clothes and go take back before you be vetted that, but he getting used to it now. Even though we control him from going out, but they write for children here, you can give for out with other children around. So what we do, by taking out our make sure collect everything he takes back before he touches anything. Washes his hand with soap. Also, that you want to use the hand sanitizer. So we got to keep on. Our lives are precious. Whether they are there for 1 more day or 20 more years or 50 more years, they are precious. Other people need our input in their lives to make themselves cheerful. So let us encourage ourselves. Let us share what we have gone through. If you are out there and you're getting, internal health problems that you don't understand, please check yourself in. Consult a friend. Our numbers are there. Of course, we'll put them out. Or there are other people, but don't have that fear. Some people are very scary. Some people are very chaotic. And in being scared and being chaotic, they are evil. Why the hell you get something that could be something that would kill some other people, and then you keep it there and getting among people? Because you think that when it happens, everybody will go. 5,000 people get sick, and so only one person died, or nobody died. Of all 5,000 died, nobody knows what happened to the outcome of illness. So don't hide it. Don't know you get problem, you pretend you get among people, hoping that you share with other people. I didn't get this virus from my work.
because all the place I work, nobody got sick there and nothing happened there. But I believe on my way to work, either passing the Walmart is why I may have contacted that thing. So once I noticed some strangeness, I didn't go back there and nobody got sick. I'm back there and everybody's still okay. So nobody know you get it from. It can come from anywhere. Sometimes we say a group of people, but something can be one-on-one. So don't overlook your face masks and the hand sanitizer, these things that people have advised to use in helping washing your hands. Our hands to keep your hand from your face is just difficult, but you gotta be conscious. It's like the signal light in a car. The signal lights are small in the car, but in your conscience, they gotta show you when you're going left or right. So when you're driving, nobody can tell you before you go to your hand, tell you nothing. How you gotta make ourselves, our hands and our face.
So let me ask this question here, based on my sister, she's a nurse. I believe her first when she experienced it, I want to know the severity of it in terms of your first day. First day, we talk in the afternoon, and when she gets home the same Thursday evening, that was a different ball game. Out of the sudden, things just quickly changed around. Is that how you guys were treated?
Yes, as I said, Alfonso, I was fine that day. I ate well. I went to work. Everything was fine. I had fun. But then by evening 8 o'clock, I started experiencing something that kind of cold sweat started coming around. I started feeling the water I was drinking. My water and taste so sweet in my mouth, but now it was tasting somehow different. My pressure started going up. I have my thermometer with me for our workplace from the beginning of April. They distributed thermometers to all of us to take your temperature when you get to work and you get it out of work. So everything started changing. It was just so sudden. So I didn't wait for doctor to tell me that I got it. Once the symptoms were clear, and another thing it gave me diarrhea for 1 day.
You're kidding me?
I don't know, but the diarrhea didn't last. It brought diarrhea.
Yeah,
the fool you ate plenty.
Yeah, so no. So,
yeah, who knows?
So,
but at one point, I was by myself, and I thought I wanted to fart. But before I realized there was different things were coming out.
No.
And it became fun between my woman. I said, I didn't notice. She noticed it when you ate pan butter before your butt looking like this. Our joke, our post-corona joke that we're having now. And all these things, for me, I feel free to say these things. So people be ashamed to say the things.
All right. Why
so long.
Well, I realize the corona, if you get big mom will grab you a little, everything can just come blue. You can become like a little baby. Everything.
Oh yeah. You got a grand arm. I think I made a grand arm before you find that overcome it.
It's stabilized. Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah. Alfonso, one of the biggest thing I do to everybody, fatigue. It can make it. Like what Mr. Banto was saying, you let you stretch all your hands. You got relax. And when you lay down, that's it. You'll be enjoying it, go to sleep. It has disoriented my sleeping schedule. I start work 6 o'clock in the morning. By this time, I'll be fighting. And it will be so difficult. I go to sleep.
You want to speak in your mic a little bit? Wow.
Yeah. I start work 6 a.m. One of the things that did to me, that corona did to me.
Wow.
Is that disoriented my sleeping schedule. Normally, the latest I go to sleep is 12 o'clock because I'll sleep 4 to 5 hours, get ready to go to work, start sleep. But this time, before I sleep, I will fight, maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30 before I sleep. And I still get up, latest 5:30 to go to work. So I've been fighting. Right now, we're talking. I'm doing it right now.
Okay, watch your audio. Let me go to Mr. Banto. Banto, what you're saying? All right, I was saying here once Emmanuel says, so true, myself went through it. Oh, wow. Well, Emmanuel, we have the number here. If you want to call as well, we can put a number out here. Just to, this is a sort of, kind of awareness we try to do. People that have gone through it, they can be the best source of information so that they can share it with us. And I think it's very, very much important because we need to know this information. Let me just put this number here just in case, Emmanuel, if you want to take time to call to also share with us, that's okay as well, because this is extremely important. There's no indication right now that this thing is going away. People still advancing out, and we're still seeing some of our brothers and family members are still doing things out of the way, and they say, well, what will happen can happen. When it happens, and then they start crying. And this thing here is a complete disgrace to mankind. That's the unfortunate part. Is not like an ordinary sickness or thing that when you are infected, that people can go to you. No, you keep mind, what's more, wherever you got to keep distance, and it's dangerous because it treats people different forms and shit. Mr. Banto, I believe you want to come in.
Yeah. The question that you asked, I just want to add some piece to it. So to be honest with you, this virus is very, very aggressive, and I can tell anybody. Now, nowadays, I think the testing procedure is kind of a little bit okay now, but like before, if say, okay, you got sick today, you have to wait for your doctor to give you slip to send it before you can go do the test. But not with the kids now. Now, the piece to that, when I got hit, it took me 3 days before I could see, before I could get to the hospital to do the drive-through for them to do the test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when that happened, within the 3 days, I started treatment on my own. And then isolation, all that thing, I did it on my own before I could really get that slip from the doctor office before going through the drive-through. Now, before I got to that drive-through to do my test, Nelson mentioned something, Mr. Wright mentioned something with the diarrhea. So he was very, very fortunate because you know what? That diarrhea back then, my brother already put that virus in his stomach and the acid was just working it to get it out. And that's what was going on. So when I got to the hospital, I suffered that diarrhea 2 days too. But then the first question she asked me, she said, "You been having diarrhea?" I said, "Yeah, for 2 days." And she said, "Okay, guess what? You're going to be fine. But still, you will be, it's possible that you'll be positive, but you'll be fine." So I said, "Why?" She said, "Because that diarrhea that took place, you already put the virus down in your stomach and the acid just work it out and shoot it out. So it's out of your system." And surely, I started treating, and I continued my treatment, and that was it. The temperature started dropping and all that different things.
So, let me put in crying here, Nelson.
Yes.
What corona can with all kinds of things when coming here, just bring all kinds of are you kidding me? Diarrhea or a company and this and that.
Yeah, that one is symptoms of it. The diarrhea is one of the symptoms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. I'm receiving a call here. Let me go to this line here. Hello, caller, are you there?
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Oh, okay, it's brother Emmanuel. You're right in my own state, Rhode Island. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Tools.
Yeah, all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, you want to share with us?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you so much for that bravery. This is just a sort of our own awareness to our people, so that they will really keep watch of us. How was it? You were infected as well?
Of course. Yeah. For me, it was somehow when I see people doubting this, I always advise them. For me, I become an advisor now. Yeah, because what I went through with my family wasn't easy.
Yeah, I'm coming. You're hearing the guy, right?
Yeah. Yes, I'm hearing
him.
A
little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Otia.
Yeah, it was my wife that contacted this for my job. Yeah, when she got it, she never knew. She came home, we were together. 2 days later, she experiences symptoms.
Wow.
Getting sick. She told me that she could not smell, she could not taste, or to, what had to like sore in your throat.
Wow.
When she said it, I said, what's going on? These are all the signs of the sickness they're talking about. I wish we both have swallowed GB together.
Oh my goodness.
We have eaten together. I said, okay, since it is like this, let's keep from our kids, put our kids.
Oh my goodness. Leaving the little poor kids alone.
Like that, myself, this day, vice president said to my semester running.
Oh.
Yeah. My semester running. I told her about my stomach is running. What's for you? She said, the same thing happening to me. I said, okay, let me call our doctor and find out. I called our doctor. The doctor said, oh, okay. Let me book you people are scheduled to go for the test.
They think we're talking a test, my stomach running over there. You're talking me test, yeah. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable, man.
I'm begging, man.
Are you serious? Oh, wow. Look at it.
The problem is your case is not that bad. They will get to the hospital for you get better and treat yourself. Turn around, call the doctor again. And I said, the only thing I can recommend to you now is paracetamol, or how you call that? Tylenol.
Wow.
I'm feeling pain. My wife is feeling pain. So you're telling her Tylenol? Okay. Came home. The whole day, my whole body turned hot.
Temperature was high. It's
very hot. My wife too, when I stared, she just like Joe, get me into a phone, in the room. Nobody told her.
And that's the bad one with husband and then poor little children there. At least one person supposed to be running the errand, and everybody like, wow.
We told her not to come to us because I have a 6-year-old daughter.
Oh my goodness.
She just want to force herself to come to me.
I know.
So he's standing to the door crying to open the door.
You can't go there. Mommy can't go there.
I told her, be a distance from us. Where we find ourselves right now is the court. Let's pray. I will just tell her,
wow.
to the door, we'll be praying. You know, God. There's a God in heaven. Really that can help. In a situation like this, I call my uncle. He never did anything. Start connecting people start sharing all some things to buy. People bringing things, leaving it to our door to go for it. So I felt serious pain. When I went through serious pain.
Wow.
1 week. Food, not taste food.
Wow.
My whole throat was locked. As we hear myself talking right now, they have been in coffee more than 20 times.
Wow.
My whole body was like the dying, like very, very painful in my body. So it was tough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially, man, what I'm hearing, we, get a 6-year-old, husband, wife, both, and just the kids that's just insane, crazy.
It was very tough. People help us. Our church members that come here around, we help doing cooking, looking for my kids.
Wow.
That's how we went through it until today.
How long it lasted, Mr. Tia, to both? How long it lasted both of you?
For me, I went through 8 days. I was set.
Oh, wow.
It took my wife like 2 weeks plus.
Wow. After the 8 days, you went for the retest and you were declared free.
Yeah, I was declared free.
At least one person able to go out now, to go even turn around.
For me, when it comes to medication, once you say this, I can take it. Anything you told me, I will take it. My wife used to be, doesn't it 1 year later, 1 year, anything more play, I will take it. I used to just take just something to get well.
Wow, this is
We went through the lot. Just out of my work.
right. No, thank you so much. I mean, yeah, thank you so much. We right here, and I mean, it's just, I think it's important people give the story, and okay, since you are well, but thank you for even picking up chance. Now, you have validated these people, and this is why I think we need this community thing here. These are some of the things. It can't always be politics. Everybody does it. Then who will be president for who? Well, they can, yeah. There are some serious things ongoing, and we need to find time to have that sort of a public outreach and have this sort of conversation, and for people to share their experiences, so that when you see it coming, that you will be aware and take note. But Mr. Tia, thank you so much. Good that you are back at work, and we just say thank God, the family, and thank God the kids. It didn't go to the case, because that's just crazy. 6-year-old, they want to be around mama and papa, and you telling them go. They don't understand these things. It's hard. They don't understand. That was a difficult thing. They're just being left unsupervised. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. All right. Gentlemen.
Okay, Mr. Zion.
Yeah. This is.
Let me interrupt you, man. I just got an emergency, so
yeah. Okay.
I just want to get. Yeah, let me just give a live word because I have to go.
Okay.
First of all, thank you very much, my brother, for everything you have been doing, including tonight. And you are one person that I can always include in my conversation with God. You and a lot of other people, I just feel what you people are doing is helping this community. Those who will listen. You have your niece, Joel, on this program, lecturing us about, a lot of health conditions. People listen. Whether 2-3 people they are picking up, but I know a lot of people listen. So we just through the middle tell our people that these things are real. Take them serious. You have children. You have a future. Don't let something that you can control come and and clears you off. We survive because that was our chance. Nobody know what happened to other people. So let us hold together. Let us share information. Let us be honest to one another. You have a situation, call to people who can help you. Your medical doctor can help you. Your friends can help you. So we shouldn't just sit and let it happen and let ourselves roll in the political confusion like what's going on between President Trump and CDC. Let us be watchful, listen very well, and do our best. May God be with every one of you. May you only witness and hear the news about this sickness, but do not get infected. And if you're infected, may the Lord healing power spread over you and heal you and get you stronger. In Jesus' name.
All right, Mr. Gate. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
Good night, Brother Banto.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right, Davi, I know the night too is fast spent, and I know I don't want to just hold you up here. So, we're gonna be it's 1:28 a.m. I'm gonna be up again early tomorrow. As you know, we're gonna be having our own representative Chesia Ellis. Chesia Grant will be my guest tomorrow at 11 a.m. You're gonna be here, yeah, and those are some of the things that we're gonna be talking about. But perhaps there was something that you wish to talk about with this this virus experience, and we did not reach to that part. Is there something else you want the listening audience to know?
Well, Mr. So, let me begin here again by saying a special thank you to you guys. As Gay Poly, you guys are doing a wonderful job in this community. And, what you guys are doing, it is a difficult thing to do, but nothing comes easy. So I just want to say thank you and let the Lord continue to be with you guys and all of that. Now, coming to making a point here, it would be like a recommendation and somehow my appeal to our people in the community. And even if other people are listening to me tonight, from the United States, anywhere in the world. One thing is we can fight this virus when we are together as a community and working together. That one thing I'm sure, because uh typical example of that is the kind of support that I got from my own family, friends, and other people that I'm connected to. So without that, this thing is very scary because first thing you feel isolated, so you not believe it. Even when I was going through this stuff, everything else that I own, the thing was out of my, you know, sight. I was not thinking about anything that I own, except for the space that I found myself in at that time, this basement. That's the only thing I know that I mean I have access to. Say for example, when I walk up there, look through the window, see my car outside, that way I can remember that I own a car. So the point I'm making here is everything that we own here, material thing, they are nothing when you are in a real situation where you find yourself in trouble. So as Gabe put it, we have to stand together as community. This community, we are family. If you have issue like this, because I know there are people here that got affected, even more than us with this virus, with a lot of things that went on. They don't have means of doing anything. All right. No healthcare, they don't have access. I mean, they don't have insurance or whatever. So my appeal here is our community group, the organizations that we run in this community. Like for example, let me pick the lower fruit on the tree here. Let me pick on my own national association, the Grand Unit Association. From here tonight, if they need help from some of us, there are a whole lot of resources here we can tap into to benefit our people. So, for example, if an old lady don't have insurance, that would obviously be afraid to talk about even doctor. All right, but there are other things that you can do. That we have public medical services, but the old lady don't know how to get over there to do anything. So I think these are things our people should get involved in this community now to help others with this stuff that's going on, because we don't just want to leave people open. I'm telling you, so with everything that's going on, even if you have insurance, people don't even give you the right treatment still, depending on the policy you have. So this is a serious thing. I mean, when somebody is faced with this thing, there are a whole lot of things that create a whole lot of fear. You're afraid for your life. You're afraid to see if you will even get the right treatment or you will get some kind of help from somewhere. So I'm asking each and every one that are listening tonight. I mean, if bulk of our people are listening, let us try and be one another keeper. Like when the thing happened the last time, what I did was people that called me and wanted to hear from me, oh, how you did that, how you did that. I just open up and start helping. What you need, let me know. I can package it and send it to you. And we did all of that. So we have to team up. We have to encourage one another. If someone is not feeling good, tell that person to do their test. If especially symptom, you don't want to wait, because that's another thing I forgot to mention. So this disease, this virus, once that thing travel from your throat, when you get out of that throat now to the lower part of your body and get in your lungs, it's very difficult. I didn't go through that major stuff with the breathing thing, but yeah, I have little shortness of breath. But I'm telling you, I mean, to not breathe, because for no reason, when I'm in bed sometimes, I just jump on when I was sick, and that means my airway is not opening up.
Like it's not opening right.
So the test they did the last time on me, it was like 14 different times I stopped breathing when I was sleeping.
Wow.
Y'all scared it? Yeah. So I mean, this thing in the way we look at it out here is very serious. I mean, the situation when you are in it, you are afraid to not die. You don't want to leave your people and all kinds of things. So I'm trying to see here tonight, because there are a couple of things I have down here with the concern. Make sure that you reach out. We have, even if you don't want to call doctor, like what I did for the most part, there are other people that I'm friendly with who are nurses. Like the hospital next to me at Delaware Memorial Hospital, one of my buddy working there, I will call her, look, Eddie, what's up with this one? This is what happened. And she was very open to talk to me about things. She would tell me, if you feel this way, do it that way, or you call your doctor, and that. And all the people got me through. We have those people here. So tonight, if you are listening to us here, or to me, and if you need help, my number, I believe, so we put our numbers and everything. You can reach me, or I can even call my number. There are people we can point you to help you as well. What another thing that I'm trying to do now is to see if we can bring our local nurses together who can to help us to do this, because they know the real thing when it comes to the medical side of it. So that's one recommendation we are making, and most of them are responding. They are giving us the green light. In fact, we were supposed to have 2 here tonight, but because of the time, so they couldn't make it.
Right. The worst still make.
I'm appealing to you guys. I know you guys are not charging on anything for this, but man, it's a blessing for you guys. And we ourselves now too, we start to think, put our thinking cap on that what you guys are doing to give you support, so that we can get more help and information out there to our people when it comes to any community issue. So again, I want to urge everyone, this party thing is not something that can go away. If this corona is out of here, we will party until you go to your old age walking with your king. So let us just be cautious. Let us follow all protocol that people are putting on the book there. I mean, we will get through it. But other than that, this stuff will not even go away from here. See how the cases are coming out again. I mean, it's just sad. So I'm appealing to people that this is a very serious thing. If you are not in a situation you think it's okay, but when you fall in this thing, it's a lot that come your way. You worry, and this thing leave you a lot of conditions. Things that you were not experiencing before, you're going to experience those things. So, I mean, we have to be serious about the thing. Let us observe the social distancing and all that thing. I mean, those things, if those are things that will help us right now, we got to focus on the thing and do it. And not just saying, well, you know what, this thing is nothing. It's not going to kill me, or it's not going to do this. You might not show symptoms, but you could be a carrier. So please,
okay.
So,
yeah.
Anytime, if you are ready, let me know. Again, this thing was a difficult thing for me to do, to come out here to talk about. But again, look, believe me, we have to, step to the place to do what we got to do.
Right.
Make sure we provide whatever we can provide. So with that note, I don't know if you're going to let me lose now, but I want to say thank you to my family, especially my wife. She was very, very helpful, even though I tried, because she's in the healthcare field, so it was not too much thing to say she's staying away. She would just protect herself and come over, give me everything that I need. After that, they get everything back up. But I mean, I was so worried about my 4 years old, even though they are seeing the children right now, but as God could have it. And I want to be thankful to God that all my family members, the children, everybody, they are fine. And I thank God for that. So with that, I just want to say again to all of our people, please let us take this to be a serious business. If you are in Liberia, you are in Ghana, whatsoever, this thing is real. It is real. Let us fight to fight together as a family and fight it as family. Thank you to Sister Edith Manaka, who was my nurse overnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I will call her, David, get this way, get that way. And we pull it through. And today I'm here. So thank you very much for having us, and thank the audience. We pray that we'll all be here to do more.
All right. Mr. Bantot, again, I want to say thank you to you and Mr. Wright for really taking off this time to share. And the reason we reach out here, sometimes, people talk about it, but, there's a way that you can connect with people. And there's a language that you speak, and people cannot get an inner part of what we are saying. And I just felt that, okay, these brothers, they went through it, they are experienced, they are our own people. Well, if they don't take into consideration what the white man is saying or what the Spanish man is saying, probably they will listen to their own person and let them tell them, tell all of us the ordeal, the experience, the pain, like Mr. Tia, what was just talking about. Can you imagine you, husband, wife, and you get a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
Like almost your
Yeah.
kids, and those kids, they don't understand, they don't know the implications, how, even though they're hearing it, but they don't understand the true sense and nature of life. So even you sick and you try to protect them not to come, they don't see it that way. They think like you try to decide them, you don't want them to come around. That's how they see it. They don't see the way you and myself see life. But I think what you guys have done here tonight is a courage, is a bold step. And I think I'm gonna give it to you guys, you and Mr. Wright. And our goal is, you could have told me, and I would come here and just say out of and without calling people name and make up something. No, but I think you did the right thing, you and Mr. Wright, by coming forward here. And for those doubted Thomas who didn't believe it or is not anything, they just think that's an ordinary flu or cold. Come on. See the kind of human lives so far. You are young, able-bodied man. Why you went through, so just imagine somebody in the 60s or 50s with other underlying medical conditions. You should know how terrible you're going to be. So, Mr. Bountold, I want to thank you so much. We're going to make a time for those nurses. The recent, I've not had Professor Joel in recent time because of all of this kind of crazy schedule with job. Remember, I couldn't even get somebody to do a coverage, so I was forced to stay there. That's why we get us to this sort of late hour here. But definitely, we're still going to do more of this and to do some public outreach. Hopefully, some of our community leaders they should call people. I don't know why they're afraid. This is when they're supposed to start doing some sort of awareness. They shouldn't just wait and in good times and say they want to make collection for people to pay dues and things. Bad times, this is where you show leadership. My dear brother, thank you so much. Please be here tomorrow. We're going to be speaking with your own district representative, Ellis Chesia Green. We're going to be in the house tomorrow, and we're going to be asking some insane questions, believe me. Definitely of that are going to be those presence of those Burkinabes in Grange there, heavily invested in Bazon district, and he has agreed to answer questions from the public as well. So it will be quite fascinating to see how they got there, why he knew, and other things that matter to all of us. But on a serious note, Mr. Banto, I want to say thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys too, Mr. So thank you very much.
All right. Okay, there you have it. Mr. David Bantu is the Fairmont National President of the Bazon District Association, community organizer, and Mr. Nelson Gay Wright from Des Moines, Iowa, sharing with us the ordeal with respect to this coronavirus. I think these are some of the conversations that we should be having. For the most part, it is important that we keep the people informed. I want to thank them so much for their courage, for their conviction, and for coming forward, to explain. Hopefully, somebody somewhere down the road that will listen. It is real, it is authentic, and there's a need that we must take that seriously. I'm going to be back yet. I'm just receiving some news from inside Liberia. I guess you guys heard today there was a train out of the southern train just went apart in Nimba County, but there's no fatality so far, according to our reporters, people on the ground. I received a picture. Just getting fresh news this morning. Criminal Code A finally indicts Senate Secretary, ex-NIC Director George Wisner's in order. So a lot of people being indicted. And this is the court document here. I'm going to go through it. It's not going to be discussed here tonight. We're just going to leave it as it is. So we're not going to pound a lot of information on you. This sort of a narrative we just got from our brothers here, two of them, Mr. David Bantu of Pennsylvania, who happens to be the former national president of the Bazon District Association, and of course, community activist Nelson Gay right in Des Moines, Iowa, and to all their family. And I want to say it to Brother Tie, who's also called Humanity and his family. Thank God he's right here with in my own Ocean State of Rhode Island. Say thank God for that. I mean, I was listening to his story. That was a painful and challenging one. Husband is infected, wife is infected, and you see the kids there. Children want to come around. They don't understand what is happening. They don't really get a true concept. Thinking that you just don't want to get in the run, but you are giving the motherly and fatherly protection from them being infected. They don't see it that way, and so they might think that is on purpose. So just imagine the two, not even one person for the other person to be running errands, two of them. I mean, and that was the same situation with my two sisters. And then when I come from work, I will be running errands, buying the, so how you call it? SS tonic or other things that they need, tonic water. And exactly what they are saying. Once you are in a situation, you are really in desperation. So anything you hear out there, you want to get you want to get to it. So when I come in, I say, sister, you stay inside. Or when I go 1.5 mile away from the hall before you come outside. I mean, just used to do the kind of thing to kind of so they can be like, be so downhearted. There were two of them, the daughter and everybody, the entire household was like infected. And the other sister, who happens to be a nurse, yes, that temperature, I believe the temperature aspect is one of the critical one day. It was very, very difficult for that temperature, for her temperature to be stabilized. Finally, I declared them free this week. So it's important that we have these conversations with our folks. So, folks, it's already 1:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. As usual, I want to thank you so much. Tomorrow, we're going to be right back here.
AK on the
beat. We're going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to wrap it up. So, folks, this is how we're gonna do it from the Crown Kingdom of Sabajate. This is how we're gonna wrap it up here this evening. I want to thank you this morning. My goodness, it's already morning. I want to thank all of you for taking up your time for being here. We're gonna be back here tomorrow, the regular edition of Freedom Voice. Tomorrow, we're gonna be politics. A member of the House of Representatives from Granger County, Alex Chesia Grain. Who happens to be one of the supporters of the coalition, will be in the house, and we're going to be talking a wide range of issues. Tuesday, if all goes well, Tuesday, do you remember the 15-year-old girl? No, she's actually 21, accused Representative Sybil. We have been talking to her, and she has agreed to appear on the Liberia Public Radio. So hopefully, if all goes well, we will be having her here as well Tuesdays. Hopefully, we're going to finalize this. I was thinking about tomorrow, but we can do 2 programs at the same time tomorrow. Time will not permit me to do that. So probably her lawyer will be showing up. We still don't know yet, but she was incarcerated. She was jailed. In fact, yesterday I talked to her. The condition in the place there, I said she was sick and they were taking treatment. So we don't know how it's going to go like, but if all goes well, she's going to be in the house on Tuesday, and we're going to announce the time as well when she's going to be appearing here. Until then, I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. To all the beautiful people awake this early morning hour, I want to thank you so much for being part of this program. Thank you so much. I will go on my trail. I don't need to walk on your quarter to again. You never see the flow. I don't be that day. That's the other thing we're marking. Oh, boy, in the winter, where's our boy? Yes, come on, never yourself. Mama, never yourself. All the Sabajan, no Sama, I'll be on the Sama. I see what does happen. I won't worry. Sabajas won't worry. I'm a brother, Mosiki, over. Mana baby, pressure won't worry.
On your person, what you over, and you know, Danya, whether you over. Ada Marakaba, Kaba Mara, Senor Madawa. Yama, Abia will you go back? Yama Pasabanya will you go back? Yama China Banya will you go back? Namose Moyo Momo Jay away. Nasata Moyo Momo Jay away. Frepa yo cannot go away about. People won't I talk won't back. I'm on self when you are over. I don't know about from way. But I know what's a patalova. I don't know what's a patalova. I will know what's a patalova. Yes, I'm because you know, it's Javi. And so the guy. And that just a wow. I'm going to Mama Ricky. I want a boy. Cecilia. That's how you bow. We can pay a momo day away. See, boy, momo day away again. Now, I said, momo day away. Take a record, momo day away. You're not much over. Adam, you won't be. One of you and nobody won't over. Not a dollar by your own. We got talent on one of the beauty. They can't babble now. Susana Gale. Our door. That's a son carry man with some paper. I'm not there. And that Peter Boyer. One of the old your man in your man over. One of your man in your man over. Go me one word, you. I'm a brother to you over. Everybody won't over. One of Sabbath won't hold you. And I give you the one over. Now that Matthew, that's complete. Pass it for you. Brother, so we. But I say, get to pass away. Babo Baku. Yama bimu e banyo toba. Yama nyinga banyo wele go. Soba. You make me walk.
AK on the beat.
Press ke bape. Block ke bape. Oba. Wana sabata de wo ni. Monday. I pass on the street. I am well. I must go. Espera, I sell. Let's go. Okay, more. I must go. Hey, go. You come up, friend. I know your father. And then now, now. Famada gay. CFS. That's what we are. You should get it. Mamu. I want to go. Get it. Bye, adios. Bayabio, Bayabio, Sopo. Tobasi Bayabio, Bayabio, Sopo. Bayabio, Bayabio, Sopo. Bayabio, Bayabio, Sopo. Bayabio, Bayabio, Sopo. I'm not going to be away. I'm going to let you.